Spotlight uses a special English method of broadcasting. It's easier for people to understand, no matter where in the world they live. In a few parts of the world, people can travel forward and backward in time just by taking a few steps. One of these places is where the countries of Norway, Finland, and Russia come together. In one moment, in Norway it's 2 o'clock, in Finland it's 3 o'clock, and in Russia it's 5 o'clock. In a few short steps, you can move a few hours. This changed place in one of a few around the world. At these places, time zones meet, but who decided on this area? How do they work today? Today's spotlight is on time zones. Traditionally, people told time by the positions of the sun, but people began to travel long distances from their homes. They began to communicate with people far away using the radio and the telephone. Soon, telling time was a complex and global issue. Every city kept its own time. It was especially difficult to plan travel over long distances, like across the United States or Canada. In 1883, U.S. chain companies divided the U.S. and Canada into 4 time zones. In 1884, there was a meeting called the International Meridian Conference. 26 countries took part in the conference. It established 24 different time zone areas around the world, one for each hour of the day. These time zone areas extend from north to south over the earth. They follow the lines of longitude. The conference also agreed on where the world start counting time. They established the main line of longitude that separates the east from west hemispheres. They called it the prime meridian. The prime meridian went through the town of Greenwich, England, so the system of time was based from Greenwich Mean Time or GMT. Since the 1960s, this system has been called Coordinated Universal Time or UTC. UTC is still measured from the prime meridian. This is how it works. If you travel west from Greenwich, you will change time zones. It will be 1 hour earlier for UTC minus 1. If you travel even further west after a time, it will be UTC minus 2 and then UTC minus 3. and so on. The same thing happens if you travel east from Greenwich. You will move from one time zone to another. It will be 1 hour later or UTC plus 1. What happens if you go to the very opposite side of the world from Greenwich? You will be at UTC plus 12 or minus 12. This line is called the Internet date line. When a person crosses this line, they move from one day to another. Most people do not find this a problem because the line is the middle of the Pacific Ocean. However, there are some people affected by this. The international date line cuts through the middle of the island nation of Kiribati. So in 1995, people agreed to make a small change to the international date line. Today, the line goes around the far eastern islands of Kiribati. This way, the whole country is in the same time zones and on the same day. Other places also exist where the rules of time zones change. The countries of China and India each cover the space of several time zones, but each country only uses one time across its whole area. There is something else. What makes